place the things of God first. Not your help, God. Not my will, His. Not what I think, what He said. Are you with me? Have you given priority to God? Have you given priority to His Word? Have you given priority to fellowshipping with the saints? Have you given priority to the table of the Lord? Or are you still doing your own thing? Listening to what others say, following the word, following popular opinion of all different kinds of people? Or are you following Jesus? Are you really following Jesus? Are you really taking the same steps He takes? Are you following the Master's steps? Is God your hiding place? Are you here? I beg of you, make Him your hiding place. Then the scripture said He'll preserve. Someone say preserve. If you do that, if God becomes your hiding place, then the scripture here in verse number 7 says, He will preserve me. And that word preserve in Hebrew is nasa. It means guard, protect. But it also means, someone say preserve, it also means to extend one's life. Someone say preserve. One more time. Preserve is something the 20th century put a market on the secret of preservation. They took something like a curry and they put it in a can, and they're able now to keep it in the can for 5 years. Like beans. How many of you eat baked beans? You eat baked beans? Baked beans is put into a can and preserved. Now normally if you cook the bean, you can eat it on one day, am I right? What we've done now using modern science is we found a way to extend the life of the baked beans curry by putting it into a can and eating it 2 years later. So what have we done? We've extended the life of that particular bean. Are you with me? Or you buy chips in a packet, Simba chips, biscuits in a packet, all your processed food. You can keep it with you for a year or two, can you not? Well, how did they do that? They found out that they can preserve it in a packet for a year or for 2 or for 3. Tin fish can be preserved in a can for 2 or 3 years. So what does preserve mean? Preserve is actually extending the life of something. What is preserving doing? You're extending the life of something. That means it's supposed to be eaten on the first or second day, but because we found some chemicals, we're able to lengthen its lifespan. That's preserve. Someone say preserve. When you make God your hiding place, what does God do for you? He preserves. Someone say preserves. He preserves you. He extends your lifespan. And then the third one, it says, He compasses me about with songs. So He's my hiding place. Jesus is my hiding place. God is my focus. Are you here? A lot of confusion in the world. A whole lot of calamity moves in the earth. Nothing in the world is going to get better. Are you here? Nothing in the world is going to get, everything's going to get worse than it already is. God has promised His people, those whom are obedient to Him, those who follow Him, in the midst of what happens in the earth, God always preserves His people. When God judged Egypt, He preserved His people. When God judged the world, He put them in an ark. Remember during the times of Noah, did God judge the earth in calamity and in flood? Yes. But were the people of God harmed? No. Great judgment will fall upon the earth. If you are connected to the world, if you are following them, listening to them, and you are tangled up with the world, then the judgment that is meant for them will fall upon you. Are you here? We are called by God. We have His name written upon us. Therefore, partaking of communion is so important. He sets us apart. He calls us His own. So when He embraces us and draws us to Himself, we are in that safety net. We are in the hiding place. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High. Nasar. That's the Nasar. That hiding place. The Sitar. The place where you are hidden from the enemy. Satan will not be able to find you or locate you. Disease will not be able to find you. Sickness will not be able to find you. Why? You are hidden in Him. Are you here? So as we go into 2022, you remain close to Jesus. Serve Him faithfully. Serve Him faithfully. Give Him your heart. Welcome Him into your home. Sunday belongs to Juan. He rose on that day. Therefore, it's our holy day. It's a day when we gather. That you must settle in your heart. God has not asked you for anything great. God didn't say, give me one arm, give me one leg, give me your eye, or give me your thumb. He said, give me your life. Give me everything. And Sunday is His. Are you here? On a Sunday, get your home and family together and come and fellowship with the saints. Whether you are attending this church or you're attending if you're visiting, you're attending a local church, fellowship with your church on a Sunday. Will you do that as we come before the table of the Lord? Make that commitment. Sunday, Lord, as for me and my house, we're going to serve. Will you do that? And settle that commitment. As you come before whatever happens in the nation, whatever happens in the country, don't be like those that are backslidden. Do you know a backslidden person does not know they backslid? Like an alcoholic, when you tell him you got a problem, he said, you know, I don't. Or someone smoking cigarettes, you tell him you're addicted to cigarettes, they tell you, no, I can give it up anytime. Stop drinking, I can stop anytime. Why are you not in the house of the Lord? No, I'll come anytime. Same demon is tripping their spiritual lives. Don't let that become of you. Hebrews 10 says, don't let that become. Don't be like those that have fallen by the wayside. Will you commit yourselves to the Lord? And the people said, let's come before the table. This is our communion service. It's now 10 to 12. And I thank God for Jesus. Thank God for His precious blood. Thank God that He's preserved our lives right up until today. Has He not? Has He preserved you financially? Oh, yes, He has. Our church is a faithful church when it comes to their finance. And I know the Lord has blessed you abundantly. I don't have to teach on finance. I don't have to teach on tithing. Thank God, I was telling my wife, thank God, we don't have to teach on giving. Because our church knows the principles. You've seen the fruit of your giving. I am now 51. Next year I'll be 52. I've seen two kinds of people on the earth. People that tithe and people that don't. Are you with me? I've had the opportunity to observe their lives. And I've seen what happened to people that do tithe.
Those of you that are here in the service, as we partake now, you believe the Lord, that the angel of the Lord, morning to mission outreach ministry. It's now 10 Saturday morning, welcome to Mission Outreach. We're having church early in the morning. We don't have online services in Durban, to be honest with you. We don't have drive-by services, drive-through services, or online services. We have services where the people come in. Amen. But we're so glad to connect with you because it's impossible. We thank God for this technology. We can mix up and join you guys in. And thank God for Pastor was his daughter singing. She's got a beautiful voice. This young girl. And this is Pastor Bobby's son playing the keys. Thank God we came for a live service. Amen. You got what it takes to have a live service. Also I deliver unto thee that in the same night